So this video is on integrated 3. This is from chapter 12. This is the homework that's titled, or the classwork that's titled Eggplant. So remember, when we're dealing with inverse operations, we're dealing with particular sections of the graph. So when we're dealing with an inverse cosine, we're dealing with going basically from 0 to pi. This is where we are. So if I want to know where the cosine, what angle gives me a cosine that's equal to a negative root 3, that root 3 over 2, that is going to be right here at 3 pi fourths. And that is our answer. For arctan, okay, arc and inverse mean the same thing. So for an arctan, we're going from here to here. And when I say down here, we're going from negative pi halves to positive pi halves. So when I want my tangent to be a value of a root 3, I am looking at trying to find root 3 halves divided by 1/2. Remember, this is y over x. So I really am looking for the point 1/2 comma root 3 halves. And that point is going to be right here at pi thirds. For number 3, this one, we're going to be doing a little bit of work here. I need to figure out first where the cosine inverse is equal to, what angle gives me a cosine equal to 0. So when I'm looking at this, I am going to be trying to figure out where my cosine is 0, which is right here. So this portion right here is going to be pi halves. Now, when I am trying to find my sine inverse, my sine inverse is going from here to here, and it is going, like my tangent, from negative pi halves to positive pi halves. And so I'm trying to figure out what angle will give me a sine equal to a 1/2. And that is going to be here. And that is at pi 6. So this is going to be plus pi 6. So now what I'm going to be dealing with is I am going to be trying to figure out, let me just get this off right here. Where my cosine, cosine of, and I'm going to add pi halves and pi 6 together. When I add those together, I do need a common denominator. So that's going to be a 3 pi 6 and a pi 6. So really, this is going to be 4 pi 6, which can reduce to 2 pi thirds. So now this is not cosine inverse. I want to know where my cosine is equal to 2, what my cosine of 2 pi thirds is equal to. So cosine of 2 pi thirds, this is 2 pi thirds right here. And the cosine there, the point is negative 1/2 comma root 3 halves. So my cosine is going to be my x coordinate. So the final answer to this whole problem is negative 1/2. On number 4, okay, I am going to start from my inside out. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to be first dealing with this. Now that's just regular sine. I want to know what sine of 5 pi thirds is. 5 pi thirds is right here. And that coordinate, set of coordinates is going to be 1/2 comma negative root 3 halves. So my sine is my y coordinate. So basically now I'm going to be trying to figure out arc cosine of negative root 3 halves. So when I'm dealing with my arc cosine, I am going from here to here only. And I want to figure out what angle is going to give me a cosine value of a negative root 3/2. And that is going to be right here. So this answer is going to be 5 pi 6. And that is my final answer. On number 5, again, I'm going to start from the inside. So I'm going to do my arc cosine, which is again from here to here. And I want to figure out where my cosine is a negative 1/2. And so that is going to be here, which is at 2 pi thirds. So now I can really think of this as tangent of 2 pi thirds. So I want to find tangent of 2 pi thirds. So I really want tangent of that particular value. So this point is negative 1/2 comma root 3/2. And tangent is y over x. So I'm going to have root 3/2 divided by a negative 1/2, which becomes root 3/2 times the reciprocal, which is a negative 2/1. And my final answer is going to be negative root 3. On number 6, I am dealing with arctan. Arctan is going to go from here to here. And again, remember when I'm saying that, I'm saying we're going to be going from negative pi halves up to positive pi halves. Now, in this particular situation, I am going to be in quadrant 4 is where I'm looking right now. And this arctan is not going to be a value that's on my unit circle as one of these nice ones. I am just going to sketch out a right triangle. So I'm just going to come here and grab this triangle. I am going to hold shift. And I'm just going to draw a triangle anywhere here, okay? But in this quadrant, because my tangent's negative, and so I have to be in this quadrant for my arctan being negative. Now, if this is my angle, and my arctan, I'm trying to find arctan of a negative 5/3, that means my opposite is a negative 3 because this is a negative direction. And my opposite, was a negative 5. So negative 5. And my adjacent is going to be 3. Now, if I do Pythagorean, I am going to find my missing value there. So if I do 3 squared plus a negative 5 squared, I get 9 plus 25, which is 34. So this is going to be the square root of a 34. This is the square root of a 34. So when I want cosine of this same angle, okay, the cosine of this particular angle in this particular quadrant is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. We rationalize it, so we're going to times top and bottom by root 34. And when I do, my final answer is going to be 3 root 34 over 34. And that's the end of this video.